Believe in the gifts that God has given to all of us, because that's your realm of creative expression. Whatever it is that you find yourself being good at, stick to that and develop those skills. And there's always going to be more, but it's not even developing those skills once you get into the realm of grace, because it's just fun flowingness. You're actually just like letting it all flow. And that's where I was missing that joy and peace in my life, because I had kept the notion of, you know, what it is to be forgiven and loved, saved, you know, from your own pit of misery, all from that simple purchase of blood that he paid for us. And it's like, I wasn't happy in any of that other stuff. You travel around the spirit planes, and it may seem cool. It fills a a hole in the soul, and you use that power uh, to do what you want. Uh, I had very dark desires that I kept hidden extremely low, but I like to open up a lot about those things, because I already know that I'm forgiven. But when I get these things out there, it gives him glory for saying, damn, like, he can forgive anything because his blood's just that great. But yeah, I would tap into different aspects, go have a meeting, might take place. Uh, and it would be on a plane that was invisible to others, because most people are under influence of demon spirits. And if they are, they turn blind eyes. You can pass straight through the streets and they'll clear things out. Uh, a lot of that does go on. It's a very secretive realm, and they don't like disclosing secrets, nor do they want you to expose any of those secrets. But guess what? God's always greater. I have nothing to fear, because the creator who created all things, including those little beings that are everywhere, of all different shapes, sizes, varieties, purposes, forms, functions. I tapped into pretty much every form and expression swimming through, and I was just never satisfied. I had all these forms to play with that I could just translate myself into whatever. And it seems like a fun adrenalative rush to do that, and be locked into that intensity. It becomes like an addiction to heal those deep wounds, or cover the deep wounds. But the only healing that happens is when you come back to that space of grace, and you're like, wow, like, you love me that much, like, you're just gonna welcome me with open arms, like, holy shit, like, and it just washes over you, and it's amazing. There's darkness out there, but there's also amazing grace, and God is greater. I've been on the other side. There's no power to be had in that. Oh man, the stories I can tell. I've opened up about some of those things over the course of time, but I still have my judgments on, so I wanted to keep a lot of that stuff still kind of tucked away because the more secrecy you had, secrets that you didn't even know that you had. Like there's times that things just come back to me, and I'm like, oh yeah. But God knows all our secrets, and for Him to take all of that, and just wipe it off the board. Truly is. I like to say amazing, greatest honor. It's like I was this soldier without a cause, fighting over nothing. In more ways than one. Especially when you go into the interdimensional realms. Oh man, ain't no rules about that. There's no laws in interdimensionality. They think that there is, but guess who the true lawbreaker was? Christ. Christ was the lawbreaker of his day. That's why they crucified him. Because all the religious people were like, get out of here. You're ruining this for us. We're trying to make money here. But not him. He came in and flipped the money changer tables over, chased them out, saying, you made what was meant for good a den of thieves. And greed has run rampant even ever since then. So I get why people don't want to hear. But I'm here, and he's here inside of me. And grace is the message for everybody because it's the only solution I've ever found. And believe me, I have searched everywhere that I possibly could. And it wasn't to be found but in one space, and one space alone. Thank God that I'm bought by the blood. But grace is welcomeness, it's love. And grace is so big, like it's way beyond any wildest imagining possible. So take everything about me that you may think you know about me or do know about me, and all the thousands of poems and all the realms of darkness and even the beauty and all this other stuff and blah 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 blah, and you cram that inside of a giant crater that wouldn't even fit the expanse of this universe, because that's just how freaking deep down I connected to every aspect that I possibly, and just kept like expanding like a sponge, but I still wasn't satisfied, so I just kept growing more and more and more. uh Most people don't necessarily see what's going on inside of, but there's a lot that goes on. But it's just like Paul. He was like, what have I done that was good? Nothing. Anything that's been done of good has been of him, because he is love. So His love, take my giant ego head and crumple it into nothing, and his love is everything. So it's like I like sharing my past so I can paint the picture to you that uh, what love truly is. Love is unconditional. It accepts everything. Doesn't matter what you did or what you did do, what you didn't do. It doesn't matter how big of a mistake, whatever. I don't care what society says. I don't care what your parents say. I don't even care what you say or you think you say, because it's not you. That's just stuff you've picked up baggage. Somebody said that to you. Or maybe you just felt bad because you made a genuine mistake. Got led in one direction and another, whatever. The point is, you are forgiven and you are loved. That's grace. I love you. God loves you. Peace out.